Tonight, there are growing protests outside Memphis after a one-year-old was killed in a Walmart parking lot when police opened fire on a car. Officers had been responding to a shoplifting call. ABC's Morgan Norwood reports.
A one-year-old is dead. A routine retail call turned into a national controversy. And now, people across the country are asking the same question. How does a situation involving diapers, a parking lot, and police response end with a child losing their life? Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. On June 14th in Senatobia, Mississippi, police responded to a call connected to alleged shoplifting at Walmart. According to early reports and public statements circulating afterward, a woman, a child, and another passenger were leaving the area when an encounter with officers escalated in the parking lot. What happened next is where the story immediately becomes disputed. One side says officers believed they were responding to a crime in progress and that the vehicle created a threat during the encounter. The family tells a different story. They said there was confusion, that they were not stealing, and that the situation escalated despite there being a child inside the vehicle. What is not disputed is the outcome. A one-year-old lost his life, and almost instantly the incident exploded into something much bigger than one parking lot, one store, or one police response. Questions started spreading fast and people began demanding answers.
I tried to stop her, but I kept walking because it had nothing to do with me. By the time me and my baby got in the car, she came, and then when we was backing up, they was running out the come. I raised my baby up because they withdrew their gun. She had no tent. I raised my baby up trying to show them that he was in the car. So she was backing up and she hit a car as I was opening the door, so the door flew back in. By the time I sat my baby down, it was like 3 to 4 shots. One of the shots hit him in his rib cage, and the other shots hit her in her arm and her thigh. And we left and went to Senatobia hospital where he was pronounced dead. And they told me I wasn't gonna be able to see him until he get back from Jackson. She got airlifted, and the police told me I couldn't leave out the hospital until somewhere I couldn't leave out, couldn't nobody come in. But I ended up walking out, and the crowd was questioning them, asking them what happened. They was like, she was shoplifting. But the passenger, it was me. They wasn't talking about me, they was talking about the driver. But on the little, what's it called, self-checkout, they can see, it's cameras, they can see when she got the diapers and walked out. But yeah, they tried to say that she forcefully was trying to drive and hit them, but they was all on the right side and she was driving towards the left. They just personally just shot in the car.
Did they try to charge you with anything?
No, they didn't charge me. They ain't charged me with nothing. They just let me go. And they didn't say nothing. They just kept telling the crowd that they were shoplifting. But I don't know if they found anything, because it's nothing found.
Okay.
Valencia Wiley says that she was at Walmart with a friend and baby Kohen, and when they walked out of the store, she says her friend was approached by police. From there, she describes how the situation...
Listen, before we even get to talking, I would like to just read you some of these statements here. With a child, with a juvenile child, 2 adults fleeing with a child. So let's make something absolutely clear before we move on to talk about anything else, because I know a lot of y'all got a lot to say. The cops knew there was a child in that car and shot it anyways. Does that make logical sense to you? I need to know, do you think that makes sense for them to know a child was in that car and riddle it with bullets anyways? Because if that makes sense to you, please just go to my account, unfollow me, block me, because anything I say after this isn't going to matter anyways. Now let's start here. Walmart has cameras on the inside and the outside of the building. That is confirmed. They got cameras at the self-checkout where they said they caught the 2 women stealing. That's confirmed. They got a description of the 2 individuals they said they thought were stealing. That's confirmed. They got the make, the model, the license plate of the car of the people they said they thought were stealing. That's confirmed. They got all the information they can possibly need in case these people got away via vehicle. They can go and catch them later. But instead, knowing there was a child in the car, they shot into the car. Their excuse? She was using her car as a weapon. Now listen to me. I watch the media. I watch ICE. I watch the police and this administration lie about the last time they told me somebody used their car as a weapon. I saw the video with my own eyes and they still continued to lie to me. And you know what they did? They shot her. They killed her. And you know what happened? Car kept rolling. Nothing was accomplished. Actually, it put more people in danger because the car got into an accident after. You're telling me you saw there was a kid in that car and still shot into it. It takes more time to pull out your weapon and shoot into a moving car than it is to just move out of the way. And even when you did shoot your car and you killed the individual driving, the cars kept moving and caused more damage. So why are we shooting the cars? Now, when I first saw this situation, I thought, there's no way anybody can defend the kid of this child. No way. Even if they stole the entire Walmart, the cops knew there was a kid in that car and decided to shoot into it anyways. Nobody can defend that. And here we are. The same people who tell me we need to protect the children. They don't want to protect this one. Same people who are screaming that they're pro-life. They're not pro this life. And what gets me the most is that they keep telling me she used the car as a weapon and that's why this happened. Let's go with that version of the story. She uses her car as a weapon and the cop decides to shoot into the car, hitting the driver. The car never stopped. She still got away. So what was accomplished? You tell me. Because from where I'm sitting, the only outcome is the death of a 1-year-old child and you can look me in the eyes and still tell me it was justified. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. You know I love you and I'll see you tomorrow. But if I don't, stay out of trouble.
Mississippi police shot and killed a 1-year-old black baby over an allegedly stolen box of diapers. One box of diapers to them was worth a baby's life. On June 14th, 1-year-old Kohen Wiley was in the car with his mother and aunt after they had left the Walmart carrying one box of diapers that were allegedly stolen. The police's response? Opened fire on their car in Walmart in the middle of the day in broad daylight, taking the life of that little baby and wounding his aunt. It's worth noting that reports on the ground are saying that that box of diapers wasn't even stolen. They bought it and had a receipt for it, but somebody had called saying it was stolen, and now that baby is gone, and his mother is grieving with no baby over a singular box of diapers. I don't care if they were stolen or not. A baby isn't worth a box of diapers. And do you know how desperate you have to be to steal diapers, much less a box of diapers, just one? This is a system that cannot be reformed because this is a system doing what they think is its job. It is not to protect people. It is not to help people. It is not to offer aid. It is to cause harm and pain and suffering under the guise of power and control. No amount of kind words, good energy, or even action is enough to bring this family the comfort that they deserve in this dark hour. But we need to do all of that and more anyway because that baby should be here. And the fact that he isn't should outrage everyone. Everyone.
She had a receipt. So now what? Where are you going to move the goalposts to now? She had a receipt. How are you going to defend the cops now? You haven't seen the body cam footage. You haven't seen any evidence that any of this transpired how the police say it did, but y'all will believe them no matter what. Why? Because they're authority? But the fact that you have to come up with some sort of justification for this tells me that you know it's wrong, and you know you're wrong, because there is no justification for killing a baby. You just don't think that black children's lives are worth that much to you.
To all the black folk that went out stood in Senatobia, Mississippi yesterday for the 1-year-old little baby that got killed by the police officer, for all of y'all that went out there and stood in front of Walmart, I just want to tell you, terrible fucking job. Terrible fucking job. Because you went out there and did exactly what we told you not to do. No justice, no peace. Bitch, how you gonna say no justice, no peace? You ain't disturbing no motherfucking peace. So until you disturb some peace, you ain't gonna get no justice. But they gonna get some peace. Wanna know why? Because you ain't showing up to their house. Us black folk ain't showing up to the white folk house, snatching their kids out their bed like they did Emmett Till and throw his ass in the river. Then they all up in the front office. We don't come with violence. We don't want, yes the fuck we want some violence, bitch. We didn't see y'all kick down Walmart though. We didn't see y'all trash no parking lot. We didn't see y'all put y'all life on the line for that baby. But we see what you would do for a DVD play on Black Friday. You would stomp a brother out for a DVD play and we got Netflix. Black folk been hollering no justice, no peace since the 50s. Them folks don't give a fuck about you talking. You gotta let that gun sound. Foul, foul, foul. And what I also saw, and this is the reason you can't take us black people serious. Y'all up there laughing and playing around. Y'all going live. Bitch, you supposed to be going to war. Y'all up there drunk, giggling, laughing around. Y'all running away from the flash grenades. No, bitch, you gotta run towards that shit. Run towards that shit, because you know what them white folks saying. This is exactly what them white folks saying. The great white Tate Reeves even called me. Let me tell you what they saying. Mr. Trouble? Yeah, Mr. Great Tate. Mr. Great Tate, Mr. Great White Tate. Yeah, Trouble. We're not taking you guys serious. Because we already know you guys ain't on that shit. Y'all don't stand on business, Mr. Trouble. You ain't really on that. You ever heard Plies? I said, yes, sir, Mr. Tate, I heard Plies. He said, well, you ain't really on that. I said, oh, shit. I said, what you think gonna happen? He said, well, Mr. Trouble, what I think gonna happen, they gonna do this for one day. We gonna say, fuck the baby. And we gonna let y'all throw another trail ride and let y'all kill each other on the gravel, in the dirt, in the mud. I said, oh, you cold, Great White Tate. He said, Mr. Trevor, you ain't seen cold yet. You ain't seen cold yet. But yeah, but listen. Until y'all let get out there gun slinging or flame throwing, your voice will not be heard. Cause why the fuck you keep taking your voice to a gunfight? Go get crunk like go get crunk on them folks. Like get crunk on motherfuckers at Black Friday. Run them over and step on them and shit. Cause until you call home, you won't get no justice or no peace. You ain't gonna get no justice, so you might well get peace. And the best way to get peace right now, take your ugly black ass home, cause you ain't doing shit. You ain't stepping on motherfucker like you do about that DVD player. The DVD player worth more than that damn baby. And y'all think them white folk gonna take us serious. Get the fuck out of here. Go make that gun sound. Fly. We don't wanna hear that shit. We don't want no justice, no peace.
The police shot and murdered a 1-year-old baby over diapers. That's right, 1-year-old baby Kohen Wiley's mother and friend went to Walmart to buy diapers, and when they left, got accused of shoplifting these diapers. Diapers that they bought, mind you. Not that it fucking matters. They could have stolen everything in that fuck-ass Walmart, and that baby still wouldn't have deserved to be fucking shot. And here's the thing, the police lied. Instead of taking accountability for the murder of that baby, they said that the mother and friend tried to run over the officers, so they had to shoot. But no, in reality, guess what? Video evidence shows the car was not headed towards the officers. And while the car was driving the other way, Sergeant Hunter Foster shot into the car that he knew a baby was in, and he fucking murdered him. This ain't a case of bad apples or no bullshit like that. No, the police lied to protect that racist killer. And yeah, I say racist because we both know this wouldn't have happened. This whole shit wouldn't have happened had they been white. No, the police lied to protect his fucking ass, and guess what? They placed him on leave. They didn't arrest him. They placed him on leave. They protected him. They're protecting him right fucking now. And right now, the police is outside that fuck-ass Walmart tear gassing protesters. Fuck them.
If you can make a video about Love Island 15 times and talk about the next celebrity couple getting divorced, but you look at this baby's face, this baby who will not see the age of 2, and just scroll past and not care, then that says a lot about you. So this is 1-year-old Kohen Wiley, and over the weekend, he, his mom, and sources are saying either the aunt or a friend were out shopping at the local Walmart. Now, there was a call that came in to the Senatobia Police Department in Mississippi, and they received a report of shoplifting. And they saw all three of them, so they saw Kohen go into that car, and they said the police department, they claimed that they saw the car drive away in the direction toward officers, nearly hitting them. However, that has not fully been confirmed at this time. One officer ended up drawing his gun and opening fire on that vehicle, and Kohen was shot. Now, Kohen's mom and that friend or aunt took him to the hospital, but tragically he passed away from his injuries. And at this point, the family and the residents of Senatobia want answers. There were protests that were held at that Walmart on Tuesday. Mississippi Bureau of Investigations is leading the case, and they did say that that officer that was involved has been placed on admin leave as per department policy. This family deserves answers because a little boy lost his life for no reason. His mom has not been charged with a crime, and I am seeing reports that there was a receipt to show that she paid for the diapers that they claim she stole. This case just gets me so angry and so worked up, and there needs to be accountability. There needs to be accountability. And I know that it is going to take some time as they investigate, but I do think that this officer needs to be held accountable. You saw this baby go into that car. This woman has not been charged with a crime, and this baby will not see the age of 2.
The thing is, it doesn't matter whether they stole that box of diapers. It doesn't matter whether they stole all the diapers in the store or took every single item out of that Walmart. In case anybody needed any more evidence that the police are not here to protect ordinary citizens, but are meant to protect capital and moneyed interests. Earlier this week, Mississippi police shot and killed a 1-year-old baby in a Walmart parking lot over a shoplifting call. There is not a single justification for what happened here. When officers arrived on the scene, they saw that there was a child going into the car that they later pursued and shot at. What's frustrating about conversations about police reform is that people will see this incident and say, well, those officers maybe just needed more training on how to handle situations like this. You're telling me that you need to train police officers not to shoot at a car that has a baby inside of it. This is not a one-off incident. The institution of policing cares much more about protecting capital than it does protecting people. And if a baby gets in their way of that mission, this is what happens. I don't know how you can look at a situation like this and say the institution of policing can be reformed. We can make this better, when this just lays bare the fundamental rot at the core of policing.
I don't see how everybody's so upset that the police killed a fucking dog wearing a fucking jersey. But what, yesterday, the police in Senatobia, Mississippi murdered a almost 2-year-old boy, shot him with deadly force over shoplifting diapers. Y'all are in an uproar because a dog, and he was so cute and fluffy wearing a jersey. Oh my God. Guys, baby has died. Council meeting is tomorrow. His name was Kohen Wiley, and I hope I am pronouncing his name right. He was born on November 1st, 2024. And on November 1st of this year, 2026, he would have been 2. But because police can't keep their gun in their holster, and they're always ready to use deadly force because they know that they're going to get away with it, he won't be able to make it to see his 2nd birthday. I'm just seeing so much coverage. Everybody talking about the police killed this dog with this jersey. The dog had on his little outfit. That baby was dressed up every day. Every day. He had a life to live. Could have grew up to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything. But his mom, his grandma, his family will never get to see what he could have became. Now mind you, this is a divided topic because you already know the child is black. The white people are bashing his mom on social media. Mind you, no one knows the full story on what happened. Full story has not been released yet. All that we know, someone shoplifted diapers, tried to flee the scene. Let the police know that it was a baby in the car. And as they were trying to flee the scene, get away from police, the police shot into the car and killed a almost 2-year-old child. Deadly force should not be used if it's not a deadly situation. It's so sad. More people agree the cops killing a dog was wrong. Social media is divided over whether the police killing a child was wrong, simply because he is a black baby. His mom is a black woman. And what are they saying? She was stealing. Y'all kind to stop doing what y'all are doing. And maybe no. The world that we are in, the economy that we are in, diapers. Who took that child's life over diapers? The council meeting is tomorrow, guys. Senatobia, Mississippi. Just remember that the only reason that y'all care about the dog more than the baby is because the dog doesn't have a race. I don't have the opportunity to be racist with the dog. But because a black child was hurt, there's so much division. Because it was a dog with no skin color, everyone is united. Sad.
And that's where this story stands for now. A child lost their life. A community is demanding answers, and emotions are running high while investigators walk through conflicting accounts and available evidence. There are strong opinions from every side, but opinions are not the same as confirmed facts. Right now, the biggest questions remain unanswered. What exactly happened in those moments? What do the body cameras show? What does surveillance footage reveal? And do the official findings match the public narrative? Cases like this become bigger than a single incident because people start debating trust, accountability, public safety, and whether systems respond fairly under pressure. But until the investigation is complete, conclusions should follow evidence, not assumptions. And for now, we are going to say farewell to the little baby that died. Drop your comments below. Do you think people are reacting too early, or do incidents like this justify public pressure before all the facts are released? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.